Dark Pictures Switchback VR for PlayStation VR 2. So I played the game, I finished it. Was I excited for this one? Yes, I was. Was I disappointed? Unfortunately, yes. One of the things that really kind of took me off guard was the fact that the resolution is very low in this game. We're probably talking 720p. I'm gonna go out there and say it's 720p. It's really bad. The resolution in this one, it is almost like watching a YouTube VR application on an Oculus Go. Graphics are really bad. I'm thinking maybe Nintendo 64 type graphics. There is no HDR. There is no high dynamic range here. So right there, I was like, this is PlayStation VR 2 exclusive. And PlayStation VR 2, it's a 4K HDR virtual reality device. It has 110 field of view, and you would think that developers, supermassive games, would actually utilize all of those features that PlayStation VR 2 has, right? Isn't that the whole idea? If you want to sell a device like PlayStation VR 2, isn't it the whole idea for you to convince people, hey, let me show you this one game that takes the full advantage of all of those features, right, that PlayStation VR 2 it's known for. Sadly, that's not the case here. The game, it's overpriced. It's $40. It has no 4K. It has no HDR. The mirror effect, it's all over the place. The loading time, it's another thing. It takes about 30 seconds for you to load the level. Sometimes 30, sometimes 25, but it's usually between 25 to 30 seconds to load the game. So that's all of the negatives right now that I am implementing. By the way, I'm playing this on a nightmare mode, in case you guys are wondering. They do have difficulty, different types of difficulty. Survival mode and nightmare mode. Nightmare mode is the most unforgiving mode. So here's the loading time. It's about 20 seconds to 25 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, depending. And sometimes it won't even load. Sometimes it's going to crash. That happens quite often as well. If you guys watch my live stream, you will see how often the game would actually crash. So there's so many red flags over here, so many no-nos, that it's kind of hard for me to recommend this game. But let's get to some positives. The levels are pretty cool in the game. Yes, the graphics suck. There's no good resolution to appreciate this. But there's some pretty cool, unique levels here. The game, it's not like terrible in sense of like a gameplay. But what stops it from being recommended, it's the lack of 4K HDR, the lack of fast loading time, and not having a co-op as well is something that they should have thought about. And then you got these bugs that constantly appear, and your game continues to crash. So all of these things, in my opinion, it's something that... Here, let me go to the main menu. Like calibration, they have this thing called VR and calibration. And there's nothing there to calibrate. They talk about calibration, but there's nothing here to calibrate. You just turn on the eye tracking, turn on the haptic feedback, and turn on the adaptive triggers off and on. This is just to turn off these features. This is not calibration. Do these developers understand what calibration means? This is not calibrating anything. This is just you turning on the features. So that's another misleading thing. They have different types of levels here that you can go through once you finish the game. You can go ahead and choose different types of levels that you have finished. But the problem is every time you do that, you have to wait for this long loading time to go through, which is so annoying. We're on the PlayStation 5, right? You should be taking the advantage of NVMe SSD, super solid state drive ability here. So I'm going to go back to the main menu. We're going to try another level really quick. This is the Abandon All Hope. We're going to play this level. I'm playing on a nightmare difficulty because I want to earn some, achievements and whatnot. So here we go, loading time again. It takes forever to load. 25 seconds, maybe 30, sometimes 35 seconds. I mean, the whole game feels like it was created for like a PlayStation VR 1, honestly. It doesn't feel like this was created for PlayStation VR 2. There's nothing next gen here that I can tell you, ooh, this is a system seller. It's not gonna make you want to purchase PlayStation VR 2. Gran Turismo 7 will most likely make you want to purchase PlayStation VR 2. And let's be honest, Gran Turismo 7 is what's selling PlayStation VR 2. It's not going to be this game. It's not going to be Call of the Mountain. It's not going to be Resident Evil Village. It's going to be most likely Gran Turismo 7. And Pavlov, you might see some people play Pavlov in After the Fall. But you're not going to, have this game be the reason for people to purchase PlayStation VR 2. So I don't know what else to tell you, man. It's just it's disappointment. It's very disappointing, and it sucks that it turned out to be this way. I really had high hopes for this one, but it was just negativity right away, dude. From terrible resolution to no HDR, no 4K. Everything's blurry, Mura effect all over the place. Loading time, it's 25 to 30 seconds, sometimes longer. There are just so many things here. And then on top of that, you got a crashing. There's bugs in this game. It crashed on me for like at least 4 times. It crashed at least 4 times. And I was like, what in the hell's going on? If you watch my live stream, you're gonna see how many times my game has crashed. And at one point, it was just a dark screen. Like there was like nothing else, just a dark screen. And then they want us to pay $40 for this. Listen, this game is gonna need some big time makeover. They're gonna have to work on this one. They're gonna have to patch it up, fix it, and they're gonna have to cut down the price, man. Because in this state right now, the way this game is, it's unfinished. And I quite frankly think that they don't know how to fix this. I truly don't know if they know how to fix this. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they really don't know how to fix this. But One of the positives is the sense controllers, the adaptive triggers, the haptic feedback. It's pretty cool, you know. That stuff I like. Like when you're reloading, you can reload just by shaking the guns, or you can press the X button. So, you know, think of this like an arcade, like a House of the Dead type of game that you can enjoy. But what's stopping it from being very enjoyable is just the lack of all of the above that I have mentioned, you know. This is a next generation headset, and this is supposedly a next generation Unreal Engine, you know, game that's supposed to be using the advantage of a PlayStation VR 2 and PlayStation 5. But it looks like as if they designed this thing on the PlayStation 4, you know, vanilla 2013 PlayStation 4 with a PlayStation VR 1 in mind. I mean, the graphics are really bad. They're so bad, it's like watching a VHS on a 360 YouTube VR video. Have you guys ever watched those, you know, scrambled 360 YouTube VR videos? It's kind of like that, man. It's really bad. So, it's just disappointing. This is why I have low expectations on a lot of things, because I've been so disappointed these days by a lot of different games. That's why I'm really not. My expectations are low on a lot of these games, on these upcoming games, because Callisto Protocol was more than enough for me last year, and now this. So, but this also begs the question about the state of PlayStation VR 2. Where does the PlayStation VR 2 goes from here? You know, what's the future looks like for PlayStation VR 2? You know, it almost looks as if Sony doesn't really care much about which way PlayStation VR 2 goes. It's almost like they just want to put it out there and make some money off of it, and that's it. And once they make enough money, they're gonna just stop production of this thing and move on. I have a feeling that PlayStation VR 2 might end up like Vita. Honestly, I have a feeling that I hope that it doesn't, but everything tells me that this might end up like Vita. This is a nightmare mode that I'm playing right now, so that was tough. I don't know what else to tell you guys, you know. It is what it is, unfortunately. I bought into this because of these influencers, and I was like, it's impossible that all of these influencers are lying. I know they got a free copy and this and that, but it's impossible that they're all saying that they're all lying. And then I realized, yes, it is possible that they're all lying. You know why? Because they got a copy of the game for free. That's just a human nature. If I come to your house and I bring $100 million and I tell you, don't say nothing bad about me, don't write nothing bad about me, guess what? You're not gonna write nothing bad about me because I just gave you $100 million. Imagine if I brought $1 billion and I said, here's $1 billion. How about a $4 billion? And I said, don't write nothing bad about me, here's a $4 billion. Dude, you're never ever gonna get nowhere near the keyboard, let alone publishing something. You're never gonna write anything bad about me. You're gonna take that $4 billion and be on your way. It's a human nature to be corrupted. Okay, it's easy for humans to be corrupted, and all it takes is you gotta give them something in return, right? You gotta give them a gizmo, or in this case, money. So I don't mean to dive into philosophy here, but that's why I don't trust these influencers. You know, I've been burned by influencers in the past because I trusted them, and then I realized that they were lying. You know. And developers, they love influencers because they know people are gonna pre-order it because of all these YouTube influencers. It's you know, it's one of those things that it's become like a new standard practice lately. You know, you see like Push Square and all these others, you know, constantly Sony, it's heavily advertising in all these games and trying to tell you how awesome it is, and then you got Greg Miller, you know, falling on an empty PlayStation VR 2 box. I'm starting to suspect that the only good thing right now on PlayStation VR 2, it's Gran Turismo. Honestly, Gran Turismo 7, it's like the best thing that you can get. And that other game called Kayak. Kayak, it's beautiful. But Gran Turismo 7 for sure. But I don't know if there's anything else other than Gran Turismo. Maybe Pavlov, but I don't know. That's special interest. I don't know, because you have to stand, and I don't know how many, you know, gamers want to stand while they're playing the Pavlov long sessions, because you're gonna get tired, you know. So I don't know what to tell you guys, other than I'm not so sure what the future of PlayStation VR 2 is going to be. I'm really worried. I have a feeling that if we don't see some major roadmaps, or if we don't see some heavy hitters out in you know, in the future, like Spider-Man 2 or Uncharted or The Last of Us, if you don't see some of these types of games, I think that's all she wrote for PlayStation VR 2. So, you know, it pains me to talk like this. It pains me, because I really want PlayStation VR 2 to be successful. But it's not going to be successful if they continue like this, releasing this kind of a half-assed game with these kind of a half-assed graphics. You know, they're not going to move anywhere if they don't have any, you know, demo stations for people to look at, so they can try it out for themselves. You know, there's still no demo stations. Why can't you try it out, right? Not only are there any demo stations, but at the same time, they don't have ability for you to purchase another pair of controllers, Sense controllers. I mean, what are you gonna do if you break these controllers? You can't play any majority of these games. You can't play except one, which is Gran Turismo. And in order for you to buy another set of these Sense controllers, you're gonna have to buy another PlayStation VR 2. That's gonna cost you another $600. So if you want to have another pair of these, you have to pay $600, which is ridiculous. It's just I was wrong about PlayStation VR 2. I miscalculated it. I look at that video that I made back in January when I said PlayStation VR 2, it's a big deal. Man, I was wrong. I was wrong, dude. When you look at the Quest and you see what Quest has available and just how more affordable it is and all the stuff that you can do with the Quest, it's no brainer majority is going to jump on the Quest, especially with the Quest 3 coming out, and you'll be able to buy a Quest 2 for even cheaper price once they release the Quest 3. So you know, it pains me to talk like this, and I know some of you are big fans of PlayStation VR 2, so was I, but I have to be honest. listen, this is how I roll, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm just gonna tell you the way it is, you know, on this video. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. This game, just listen, stay away from this one. Wait till they patch it up, wait till they fix it, if they ever fix it. I would really stir away from this one. Alright guys, I would really just stir away from this one. This is a terrible mess, it's what this is. You can't call this a next generation. There's nothing next generation about this game. This is a major downgrade. It's what this is. It's a major downgrade. So I don't know, man. We'll see if they patch it up, if they fix it up, if they cut the price down on it. We'll see. We'll see what happens, you know. But for right now, I would just stay away from this one. You'd be better off with the Tetris, believe me, than this. So, but then this is my opinion. Hey, listen, if you enjoy these types of terrible graphics, if it doesn't bother you to look at the VHS quality, then hey man, you know, that's all that matters, as long as you like it. But I'm speaking for everybody in general. I mean, come on, no one's gonna put up with this. No one's gonna put up with this for $40 with these types of low resolutions and low textures and long loading times. Hey, look, the game is crashed. Look, it's dark. Oh, no, it's loading. Here we go. Loading time for 35 seconds again. Look at this loading time. They're not even taking the advantage of PlayStation 5. You would think that they would take the advantage of PlayStation 5. Solid state drive, right? Look, man, this is just ridiculous. Look at this. What a mess. What an unholy mess this is. Alright, so there you have it, guys. I listen, I'm sorry to bring you the bad news, but stay away from this one, guys. Unfortunately. My advice, wait and see what they do with the patch updates. If they fix the resolution and bump it up to 4K, if they include high dynamic range, if they utilize the solid state drive, fast loading, if they put a co-op, right, to play with the other person, if they add some more features, I would just wait and see. I would put this one aside. Look, you got Resident Evil 4, you got a bunch of games coming out. You got the Saints and Sinners, Walking Dead, which is going to be a much better game than this. I would just put this one aside and wait. I will keep you posted. I will let you know how it goes. But for right now, I really can't recommend this. I really can't. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you for watching.